Hey everybody, this is Michael Vash7886 from GamersArcadia.com. I just wanted to take a look at the Ouya itself, the system and the controller, and just give you guys get a bit of an overview. I had done an unboxing, but I was doing it with my phone, so it really wasn't quite what I wanted. So I just wanted to take a few minutes and show you guys kind of what the controller itself looks like in the system, and just talk a bit about it, because you've gotten looks at it, but I just wanted to give you guys a chance to see everything here. So this is the controller here. You've got two sticks, a D-pad. The sticks are clickable. I don't know if you can hear that, probably not, because I'm using a different feed. And you have 4 face buttons, and then you have 2 sets of shoulder buttons. And these are kind of more triggerish. These are just kind of more buttonish. So you also have, this is a pad it'll bring up a mouse cursor on the screen currently, and you can use that to do some different things. Occasionally, some games may use it. I'm not really sure of any game that uses it right now, at least all that well. And you also have for lack of a better word, the home or the Ouya button, and that'll bring you back to the menu. It'll also open up menus in game. So like if you have a settings or something, this is often like your start button in game. But if you just hold it while you're in game, you'll go straight back to the menu. No prompts, no anything. You just go straight back. So something to keep in mind on that. And before I go here with the controller, the batteries are actually stored inside. So you just take off the face, and they're right here. They have a little ribbon to help you take them out when they're dead, and then you snap the plates back on. Does the same thing on this side. It's really easy to pop on, but at the same time, it's not gonna drop off or anything. It's connected via magnets. I mean, you can kind of see the seam here. So it works really well. The thing I don't like though is the fact that they are battery powered. I wish they were rechargeable, just because I really like that on my PS3 and Wii gamepad and Pro controller. But you just have to kind of deal with that, and you could always get rechargeable batteries. So onto the system itself. This is the entire system. As you can see here, there are some names. These are the people that donated over $10,000. I know Notch is on there. I know 402 is on there. That's Robert Bowling from used to be in the COD videos at the end. Oftentimes he was the guy that the jokes or awesome moves were getting put on. But I can't really read the whole list here because I'm kind of holding it away from my face to look into have it on the camera. But you have the top. This is where the actual power button is. You just push that in, and then there will be a little light on it. The back is where you've got there's actually a mini USB port right here. It's a little on the tough side to see. You've got a Ethernet cable, power connection, and then you've got a standard USB port and an HDMI port. And the bottom, you'll just have a serial number, etc., barcode. The side, and then the front, you just have plain Ouya, and then brush, metal brush and all that. And so, overall, it really small console, but it doesn't actually feel cheap. It's not overly heavy, but it's not like super light either. The build quality is actually pretty nice on both the controller and the console. The controller is, again, it's not overly light, but it's not super heavy. It's not something that I just feel like it's super heavy in my hands or anything. It also feels it's pretty comfortable. Occasionally, I will have a face button get stuck under like this right here, but most of the time when I'm actually just playing a game, it's not an issue. It's only when I'm really, pushing the buttons all the way in. Like if I do that and then slide it, it kind of gets stuck there. But I mean, like when I'm just pushing them, it's not an issue. I haven't had it be an issue when I'm actually playing a game on it. But the sticks do click, like I mentioned, and so basically you've got the same buttons as an Xbox controller, save the plus or the start in the back, and you also have the pad here, and you can actually tap, by the way. So you actually have a click-like function there as well. But ultimately it feels really solid. Gonna have to see. So far with my experience, it's controlled pretty well with the games, and the console is just kind of one of those deals where really it's all about the games. It's very very simple in design. Very it keeps it basic, but it kind of works for it. I like the actual look of it and how small it is, and like I say, it actually is fairly nice build quality. So overall, hardware wise, I think it's a pretty decent setup. Obviously, you don't have quite the power of, you're going to be limited on the power aspect, but it's at the same time it's a $99 console that you or anybody else that wants to could develop for. So I'm really curious to see what developers are going to do with it. But we're going to actually take a look at more gameplay. And I might put this in the same video. I might go ahead and make a separate one, but I'll put a link to it in the description if I do. But you guys have a good one, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments, either on the site or on the video below. Okay. Hey you guys, so we're going to continue here with looking at the Ouya OS and some of the games here. I'm just going to go into the story really quick here and just kind of show you guys what it looks like. Supposedly this is going to be updated in the not too distant future. I'm thinking sometime around launch was the plan, but the official launch, not the the pre-launch or whatever you want to call it with Kickstarters and whatnot. But so far here they've got a couple of categories. These are something they've already talked about that they can change out anytime they want to do it. So if they had a particular thing where they wanted it to specifically not have specific sale category, or they wanted to have RPGs a category, or old school music category, or super awesome sound effects or something like that, or if they wanted to do something like touchpad category, the games that use a touchpad, they could do that. They could change those out as much as they want. But I mean, the list right now, it's not bad. It's good ideas for the start. There are some obvious overlaps because I mean, staff picks and check it and faves all contain Final Fantasy, and I'm thinking at least two of them contain Vector, and so it's just something they're gonna have to work on to get more content featured. And I have not seen that game, so let's see what it's about. I think this is actually going to change, because this to me looks, it just doesn't, I can't even zoom in on pictures right now. I'm thinking that's going to change, but while I'm here, I might as well go in and show you guys. If you everything is free to download and try, at least. So I mean, at this point, I don't even know the price of this game. I don't know if I'm going to want to keep it or buy it or anything, but I can try it out. And actually, there's a couple of new things here. They've been updating it. I haven't, I didn't check the store in the past two days or so, and I wonder what this could be. This might be fun. Who knows? Action arcade game. Okay. We'll give this a shot here. Maybe in a minute, depending on how fast it downloads. These are in the faves category. They are this stuff is actually updated. It looks like almost daily, because when it comes maybe not daily, but at least through the week so far. It looks like these categories are actually tinkered with daily. The same with this sandbox, which we'll get in a bit more to in just a moment. But I've like I said, that's new. I don't think that was in favorites before, but I know I've seen that game out. This is more of a ship game, and you're going forward scrolling and all that. But I'm curious to see so this fresh category, for example, I'm curious to see how long they'll keep that around and how long they'll stay in that and all that. But that's all stuff that's gonna be figured out on their end for sure. So anyway, you've got genres, and then you've got sandbox. And sandbox, this is where the the games that are just released actually go first. So your game has to be checked out in the sandbox before it'll actually get into the normal part of the store. So, like this is new. I have not seen this one on the top 20 yet. I haven't seen this one at all yet. And this is one of those points where I wish I could kind of zoom in so I could get an idea. Yeah. I don't know. It could be fun. And that's one of the things about this right now, is that since everything is free to try, I'm at least given the option to, you know, if I'm not really sure about a game, I can go in and grab it real quick and see what I think about it. So I kind of like that, but I really wish there were prices, just so I could see, you know, because I mean, if I see something, I don't want to insult the game because I have no idea. Anyway, I'll check these out later on. But you know, if I see a game, like I know, just for example, Final Fantasy 3, like I'm really considering buying that just because I'm not a big portable guy. I don't like playing stuff like that on a portable. You know, to me, if you're going to invest, you know, even 20 hours in an RPG, I don't want to do it on a portable. I'd rather do it on my screen where I can actually see it and enjoy it and not be dealing with the small screen for text and story and all that type of stuff. So that's just me. But we're going to go on in, install this Gunslugs here, see how this is. But you know, so but the thing is, I know that game is like $15 on here. So, you know, it's kind of one of those deals right now where I'm like, do I really want to spend $15 on it? Because I actually have the 3DS version, but yet, I you know, it's just one of those deals. So let's give this guy a shot here. I'm going to turn down my TV because I don't want to pick me up in the mic as much. I have a recording for you guys on that. Alright, so and there's a little tutorial here. Beacons here, okay. These coins, I assume, are giving me some kind of upgrade later on or something. And so, as you can see, I mean, this is something that I'm betting is probably on the Android store already, and that's kind of what, you know, the problem with Ouya right now is that a lot of the stuff is simply a mobile port. And I mean, this game, I could actually see it working out. It could be fun. I'm gonna have to mess around with it a bit more to really know for sure. But you know, I mean, there's some games where it's not something I really want to play on a console, and I'm not really a mobile gamer guy, so to me it's not as fun to mess around with some of those games on even with the TV. It's not worth checking out sometimes to me. But you know, maybe this one will. I don't know. It's gonna depend on the price and how much further I can play and all that stuff. And anyway, we're gonna play a little bit more of this, and then we're gonna go to something else because I think there is one game that I can show you a good example of a game where it does make a whole lot more sense to me on a console with a controller and a screen and all that type of stuff. So as you can see, I got through the first level here. Oh, it looks like 1 mission, 1 run. Okay, and we're gonna go. As you can see right here, there's no. Well, there was a pause menu. I finally got it up, but you know, there's no start and select, so sometimes that can be a little bit of a weirdness to it. But let's see here. But I mean, like, Agent. or Vector. I'm sorry, I keep looking at him and thinking Secret Agent, but it's Vector. I mean, I've played the game a little bit. It looks like it could be fun, but at the same time, I'm not sure that I really want to play it on my screen. It looks like an experience that would be better off left back on mobile. But an example of a game going the other way around is this right here, League of Evil. I did not actually know it was out on mobile, but to me it looked like a nightmare to play on mobile just because of the touchpad controls. I guess you could if you hooked up your controller, PS3 controller or something to it, but it reminds me a bit of Super Meat Boy. It's not, wow, it's not quite that not quite as hard as that, I don't think, but it definitely would not be something I would want to play on a phone. I mean, there's spikes everywhere, there's those guys, there's, oh, I got too excited and jumped. And there's also, every map has a briefcase, it's right here. But, I can just imagine trying to play this on a touchscreen. It would just, it would be unplayable to me. It's almost unplayable to me now. No, I'm kidding. It's actually really fun. It's just, I mean, the part of the game is it's supposed to be difficult. It's not as difficult as Super Meat Boy from what I've seen so far. But you're going to have to read a really difficult game to be that way. But, I mean, this is actually the only game I've actually purchased on Ouya so far. The rest of what you saw there were from the trials that I had. So that is one thing I have not gotten to work quite out quite yet, is the fact that I can hang down walls, but it seems like when I try to jump away after I've hung down, keep on going down the wall, it seems oh, he shot twice. That was something. But it's like right here. There we go. But it seems like when I'm hanging down the wall, I seem to try to push away, and then it just takes me completely off the wall. Kind of getting the hang of it. Oh, yeah, that was good. I'm trying to get on the ledge so I can kind of get a little bit of a... I can get a second to... Oh wow, that's gonna be tough right there. Let's see. Nope. I'm just gonna try to see if I can get through it without messing with that. Well, there's not really a point, is there? Yeah, what I want to do is I want to jump on top of here and then go there. Yeah. But as you can see, I mean, that would be, to me, that's something that's like impossible to do on a touchscreen on a phone. I just do not see this game playing all that well on the phone. But I'm sure people have done that, and maybe they even got all the way through it and got the stars and everything. Maybe the control scheme was well thought out enough to do it. But to me, so far, this is one of the games that to me is a good port, because it's really, it's fun. It's something that actually gets enhanced by the controller and the screen rather than just being a port. And so, it's something that I'm enjoying so far. I've completed a bit of it here, and then I've completed a little bit of that. Not much, but like I said, I think it was like $3 or $4 or something. And I mean, to me, that's worth the price for something that looks like it has 54, 30, 30, 30, 18, and 7. And I think those are just like free stuff anyway. But I mean, 54, 30, 30, that's nearly, that's nearly 100 missions right there. That's over 100 missions, actually. So, that's something I've enjoyed so far. I've actually enjoyed this game a decent bit, but, it's just a crane. It's like you're a crane, and you have to, strategically, I guess, move your crane around to do the particular objective. It's I just have the demo version, so I can't go any further. But you know, I've enjoyed my time messing around with it. It's not something that I think that I'd really go all the way through it, but I mean, it was actually an interesting little game that I found that, to me, again, works a lot better with a controller. I've seen, like, they have a, it's like you would use a touchpad and use all this stuff at the bottom, and to me, it just looks like it'd be crazy to play. I think this is going to be good. I have not got the chance to play it yet, but that one's actually not bad. But I mean, like, let's see, what else was it? There was one game, like Cannonbolt, or however you say it, I can't remember. I mean, that to me is something that would just be best to play on a phone. It's, you know, it's good for quick spurts, and then you've got, you know, and then you're done. But unfortunately right now, like I say, that's the main problem, is that a lot of these games just aren't that great to play on the controller, or just, you know, to me aren't great ports from a mobile, like Cannonball. Just not picking on the game. If you love the game, I'm sorry. I just don't think that it's really conducive to playing on a big screen and going through. Just because it's supposed to be something you pick up, you play for a little bit, and then you put back down, and you come back maybe the next day or a couple days later. It's not something, to me, console gaming's about, you know, sitting back maybe for 30 minutes to an hour at least, and going through and playing something. I mean, you know, games like Illegal Vehicle here, you can even that, you can kind of do that, because most of the levels are somewhat difficult, and you're going to take you a couple tries, and then you've of course got that one more try mentality. And I mean, and that's kind of the mobile games too, but to me it's just a bit of a different beast there. But anyway, the main thing I've noticed so far, though, that I will say, and this is a note to all developers, that the interfaces are really, really strange sometimes. I know there was one game I had, and I was trying to mess around with the demo, and I could not figure out where my cursor was in the menu. And like, I was looking at it, and I was looking at it, and I was trying to figure out where this thing was, but I don't think I don't know if it was, I was supposed to go back and use the touchpad or what exactly, but I really literally could not figure out where my cursor was. There was no light to clearly indicate where it was, or darken it, or anything like that. There was no visual cue that I could find. And then the other thing is, oftentimes when I'm in menus in games, that the cursor will not move like I think it should. If it's just straight up and down like in League of Evil, it's not a problem. But when you've got a couple things on the screen and they're not directly up and down, it gets a little odd sometimes to me. But that, and the fact that, this is an example right now. I have not got to mess around with this much, but the bit I was playing, like, it looks like here's a good example. Again, I'm moving the control stick up and down. I'm moving my pad around, D-pad. It's not working. You have to actually use your touchpad, and so you have a mouse cursor. And I mean, you have to click, and then I'm just gonna go click, sure. And then I'm just picking, we'll go bank if I can get there. I mean, like, even now, even when I'm highlighting something, I can't move the cursor. I have to use the touchpad. That is something that I really, I don't like. So, as you can see here, I can kind of turn around, but it really, I gotta fix the options, because up makes me look down, and down makes me look up, and I play the other way. But, to actually do that, I have to go in, hit the menu button, and then I have to move the cursor around, go into options, go into controls, and then invert my Y. And then, I don't know what the double touch is. I'm guessing that's some kind of option to, I mean, like this. Like, how am I how am I supposed to move through that menu? I really don't know. So I can't buy weapons. Okay. But and I mean, there's apparently not a zoom in. It's built on Counter-Strike, I believe, so there probably isn't a zoom in for this particular one. But I mean, you know, you've got the controls are very. This is me turning. I guess you can mess around with the sensitivity, but let's see. Again, I mean, it's just really a cumbersome thing to do, and that's one of the things I've noticed in games so far is that it's. Maybe I can just. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna just turn it up all the way. I'll probably spin around like I'm insane now, but or as best I can anyway. That's a little bit better. But you know, it's just little stuff like that. That's just gonna be stuff developers are just gonna have to work on. Granted, this is I think this is almost like a beta version. I know it's the free version, so I'm not sure it's 100% done developing there. So that might be part of the issue with this particular game right now. But it does feel a lot smoother with when I did that. But you know, if they can get this type of thing done, and I can actually move around in my menu, and I don't even know how I did that. I brought up a text chat with my D-pad apparently, but you know, if they can get all that straightened out, then you know, maybe something like this could be fun. It kind of just depends if you have some time to kill and some friends that play it. Let's leave the game. This actually is online. There is multiplayer, online multiplayer. I think you can play with PC and mobile, both. Some games actually do have an exit button like that one, which is nice, but I can just hold the home button if I want to, so that's fine. But you know, it's one of those deals where right now, it's just, I think part of it is developers are just kind of getting used to the system, kind of getting an idea more on what they do. I'm not sure that that particular dev even had the actual system, so maybe that's what happened. But anyway, that's just something, and that's not something limited to that game. So, you know, I just wanted to take a few minutes and show you guys some of the games. There's some fun stuff out there, but right now the games to pick from are a little on the thin side as far as non-mobile ports. So, you know, it really kind of depends on what you're looking for. I mean, if you're looking for, you know, enhanced versions of mobile ports, and some of them are decent, then definitely. But if you're like me, I'm looking more forward to the original content, and the content that to me on mobile was just too hard to play with the touchscreen controls. Like I mentioned, the you know, League of Evil. That's something I would not get on my phone, just because I would not want to play it on a touchscreen. But you know, it's kind of one of those deals where right now we're just waiting on the games. But with that, I think I will end this video here. If you do have any questions, like I said before, feel free to drop them in the comments below or on the article this is going to be posted with. So have a good one, guys.